So good morning. You join us once again at the NEC at Warley and the preparations for this is Friday morning, obviously, and as you can see, preparations are going ahead very well.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy day. So most of the traders and exhibitors come in about 12 o'clock today.
12 o'clock.
I think it is. So we're getting this one out of the way nice and early. There's still a hive of activity down there. We've had some other big suppliers come in, but we haven't had time to see who they are yet. Just lots of large vans.
A few vans.
Yeah, more vans. Hatton's have nearly done their stall, so
it's looking good.
It is. It's looking really good.
They're really ahead of the game today.
Who else have been setting up? Backman are building theirs now. So
Pico's coming on as well. Actually,
yes.
We'll walk past that.
They're all really coming together.
Slowly but surely.
I'm looking forward to the little ones now, though. The little traders, independents.
Yeah. I think we're having 300, 350 of them.
Something like that.
Arrive today. Layouts and exhibitionists, etc.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for those. Again, if you go in the description, there will be a link to the Warley channel. Make sure you head over. Or this will be on the Warley channel as well.
This will.
So make sure you press subscribe. Again, comment down below any of your Warley videos and we'll add them to the Warley 2018 playlist and make sure everyone gets to see everybody's content. So
yeah, and don't forget to check out that playlist because we'll be putting videos on our own channels along with the Warley channel.
Yeah.
And anyone else who films as they venture to the show over the weekend will be in that, so make sure you check that out.
So stay tuned. We'll probably try and get a few more live videos in as we go through the day. I know the quality was a bit poor yesterday, but that's free Wi-Fi for you,
Look like
isn't
we're
it?
from Minecraft.
Yes. It's nice to have a pixelated face. It saves blanking
Well, it
it
saves
out.
a
Yeah.
lot.
Right, and on that note, we'll see you in the next video.
Take care. So you joined us Friday afternoon in the midst of all the layouts going up, as you can see behind us.
Yep, O-gauge. So you must be in absolute element at the moment with the club one.
That's just behind me. I'm hoping to have a go on it later. I was told how much it was for sale for.
Sit on the box or just
Yeah.
right on the layout?
I'm going to steal Hatton's O-gauge Plan Scotsman.
Before it goes in the cabinet?
Yeah.
I heard they put an extra lock just because he's here for that one. So yeah, I mean, after this we need to go and see
Steve Flint.
Oh, Steve Flint first.
BRM, as you said.
We're off to BRM, so we'll have to see the guys there that are running the stall today. Andy York, Phil Parker.
Justin has arrived.
Justin has arrived, yeah.
And Hornby has arrived.
Finally.
And because they're all here, I have arrived.
I mean, it's 10 to 2 and you've just turned up on me, cutting that fine. Thanks.
Shall we do that again?
That image was just not needed.
Too much.
It really was too much. So yeah, we've got those interviews lined up. We're going to go down and head and see Bretherdale Bank, which is where the YouTube meet will be tomorrow. That's 12
o'clock.
12 o'clock. That will YouTube meet.
Apparently we're helping Andy build that.
Yes. Yeah. Mainly because he's busy doing. Well, actually, I don't know what does he do.
Club secretary. He doesn't do a lot.
Sure, we'll find out soon enough. But yeah, so stay tuned for that, and we'll see you in the next day.
Right, we're here at the Warley National Show with the Warley National press team.
Yes, today.
So obviously we're getting set up on Friday. We're all done on the BRM stand now, but everybody else is still setting up. But you're going around and having a chat to a few people this afternoon?
Basically, that is the case, yeah. We're coming around and being interviewed by you guys now.
Right.
So it's a good way to swap it round. So
what are you looking for? Anything in particular you found interesting?
Generally speaking, I suppose there's quite a lot to be we're looking forward to, generally, but looking forward to talking to you two.
Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, you wandered round. There's a crackly armoured Land Rover delivering stuff, and you've spent all your time outside trying to film the Comic-Con people then.
But literally, yeah.
it's Comic-Con on.
Yes.
Oh, we didn't know that.
Yes.
Spend more time looking at the model railways. Yeah.
That's what you've got to do, is go over to the car parks for about 10 in the morning and queue up with, I don't know, sort of like Cybermen and Superman and Spider-Man and so on, and then sort of like, come into the show.
So that's a top tip from BRM. If you want to get into other exhibitions for free, is dress up as other people. Away you go.
Yeah, that's today's handy hint, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. You won't see that in a magazine. So take note.
And also, if you're dressed in a Cyberman costume, you're properly armoured, so that when you're in the queue, rushing to get in first thing in the morning, you're a bit better protected than you are if all you've got is a rucksack or something to save you.
The dreaded rucksack.
Yeah. But you've got sort of like a place to drop your purchases and your rucksacks in the middle of the hall this year.
It's a new feature. I think that's going to be really handy.
So all you've got to do is turn up with a book full of empty raffle tickets, pick the right colour, and you could win all sorts tomorrow.
Yeah, but I've seen some of the stuff around here. I'm not sure I want to take that gamble.
Yeah.
Now, I think it is a really good idea, though, because, I mean, it does get crowded, especially on Saturday. It's really crowded around here, and the opportunity to drop off a bag somewhere is always going to be appreciated. I just hope people start to take it up.
Well, with you saying about it being busy, a little bird tells us that advanced ticket sales are substantially up this year, so it looks as though it could be a very, very busy weekend at Warley this year.
I would hope so. Paul was saying his average numbers are on the increase, and he was saying part of that's down to the Great Model Railway Challenge, so I was wondering what you guys thought.
Well, there's a lot of evidence from other shows over the last few weeks that attendances have been up, more families have been coming along to shows, a better mix, not just grumpy old men, so we're seeing increases there, but I'm also picking up from people in the trade as well, that you're getting more people interested in coming back into the hobby and so on. So they've had sort of 1.2 to 1.3 million viewers, which is an awful lot. I hope they don't all turn up this weekend.
Well, I think the point is that it's what you've got is
take a subscription.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough then.
Yeah.
The thing is that what you've got is you've got normal people, shall we say, actually watching the show. And certainly I've heard feedback from shows who said they've had people in the door. Now, from the hobby point of view, we've got them in the door. They've paid money and supported the clubs. It's up to us within the hobby now to grab hold of them and persuade them that what we do isn't completely weird. There is it is quite a sensible thing, and it's such a wide-ranging hobby that you can have. That there really is something for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think this is probably the show that shows that better than most, because we know we will go over there and we will look at some of the continental layouts, and there'll be some really good imaginative stuff over there. I will spend far too much time looking at the trying big and all that sort of thing, rattling around and rounds. And there's also some fine scale stuff that he'll nerd over later on.
But if these newcomers are standing outside there at 9:30 tomorrow morning, that is a frightening prospect for them, isn't it?
It will be very, very scary indeed. You made me stand in front of that crowd last year as they were all coming in doing a filming piece, and quite how I survived was a bit of a mystery to everybody.
That's exactly what we're going to make Richard there do. Literally stand outside. Stand in front of it, giving it a selfie.
Richard, what I tell you, here's my handy hint, right? What you do is you work out which direction the backman sales stand is and make sure you're stood to the left of that, because everybody at that door at 7 o'clock in the morning knows which direction they're going to go. They have plotted the shortest course imaginable, and so as long as you're not in that bit, you'll be fine.
In my Spider-Man suit.
So,
That's a picture I don't want now.
9:45 Saturday morning, gentlemen, sharpen your elbows.
Should be good. So, what's that number you're on? And
B15.
what's the offers on this year then for you guys?
5 copies of BRM for a £5. So you sign up to that, and then after that it's $9.99 a quarter. But you get loads of extras with us. We've got some special things over the course of the winter months to help people with some practical projects. And
I mean, we've got we're busy lining stuff up at the moment. Andy and I, last week we were filming at the Severn Valley Railway for some segments. We're already working well ahead now with some of the segments we're doing in there. We're doing some interesting crossovers because, of course, it's not just BRM. There's engineering in miniature, garden rail, narrow gauge world, all those tied in. So we've got a whole group, and we're trying to make sure we get a lot of good cross coverage in some of the content as well. And it means we're going out and finding some really interesting stuff. So we're not just a paper magazine now. Obviously, we're very much a digital magazine, and there's something called RM Web where I believe people go and fight each other.
There's a few people on it.
There's a few people on RM Web. More and more of them actually from the Great Model Railway Challenge.
Yeah.
There was a noticeable increase in the number of people going on there, and the people who were finding that thread where not just us talking, the teams were coming on, Kathy Millett was coming on. It was a great way of showing behind the scenes, and we think this is very much the future of magazines.
I was going to ask you, we see you as one of the more proactive companies in terms of social media, maybe for the younger generation, but how important would you say that is for the future in your eyes?
For the future, it's massively important. And we do understand, obviously, the YouTube community. Facebook, I mean, is a bit of an odd one for me. Yeah, you get the activity, but you've not got, if you like, that archive approach to it. Yeah. You can't go back on Facebook and find something that you read last week that you thought was quite good. It's difficult to obviously do that, and that's where sort of like RM Web and forums do have a place where you can obviously see content build and develop over months, years even, and we're seeing obviously people with a little bit more innovation, and actually, to be honest, quite a lot of younger folk coming into the hobby and sort of like, really showing what they can do.
So I voted in this year's RM Web poll.
Yeah.
Have you? And what have you voted for?
Which poll?
The manufacturer's one.
The wish list poll. Right. I suppose I kept it to my somewhat marginal and eclectic taste, just for a small number of items, because I always vote for what I'd actually buy.
I'll be honest, I had a little vote for industrial stuff, but I stayed away from most of the mainstream stuff because it's not what I do. And Brian, every year I tell Brian, put the Battle Space Turbo car back in there and the Giraffe car, and he will not do that for me. It's just terrible. But I think the point is that, again, it shows the way the hobby is changing, in that there's so much different stuff. I mean, you look at the announcements that have come out for this weekend. Helgen are looking at doing a Clayton, which is brilliant, and it means that I really must get round to building that kit I bought here about 12 years ago. I really must build that.
That bit out so Paul doesn't see it.
Yeah, it's an interesting kit. And also, you know, they're doing some more 009. There is a lot of interest in that. People like Narrow Planet, some of the smaller guys are still represented at Warley, which of course, you know, it's a big show. You've got Backman and Hornby and all the other big guys sitting here, but you've got some of the smaller people. Model Railway Scenery is here for the first year as well. Justin's doing some great laser cut work. You've seen some of it certainly appearing in the magazine. Petite Properties, you look again.
We're actually after him next, aren't we? Because he's promised us a T-shirt, so we're going to get the plugs in.
T-shirts.
And of course, Accurascale here for the first time, and I think they're going to sort of like grab a few headlines during tomorrow.
I do think they're going to be one of the ones to watch this year. I think they're going to have a good show, and there's a lot of new stuff coming from there.
And some idiots parked a bus in the middle of the show as well. You know, that's all a bit strange. That seeing a Brummie bus suddenly turn up in the middle here, it doesn't seem to fit in at all. But there's a logic to it, and we'll find out more later on over the weekend.
We won't spoil it for them. No, we'll wait. We know the story. We'll let you guys find out on Saturday. So, gents, thanks for your time.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, have a good weekend,
brilliant.
guys.
See you both.
Cheers.
And we'll certainly see you. We're looking forward to seeing you. And Andy and I will be wandering around over the weekend. Just come over and have a chat to us. That's very much what we're here for. I've had people say, "Oh, I wasn't sure we'd come across and talk to you." No, we're always really happy to talk to anybody at shows. That is, you know. So we'll talk about modelling.
Not anybody. Most.
I'll talk to anybody, but if I say go and talk to Andy, then yeah.
I wondered why he said to us to go.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Thanks very much.
Brilliant.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Bye. So we're joined with Steve Flint today, editor of Railway Modeller. Thank you for joining us, Steve. So back here again at Warley. What are you looking forward to?
As ever, I'm looking forward to a great exhibition. This year in particular, I hope we're going to see more young people through the door as a result of our TV programme that recently went out on Channel 5. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's encouraged lots of people to come through those doors.
Yeah, we were talking to quite a few people earlier actually who said exactly the same thing as that. So you see it as a positive move for the community as a whole?
Well, we're taking the hobby outside the normal boundaries of promotion, because we all circle around in little clubs, in magazines, you know, we're always talking amongst ourselves, and it's high time we get the message out there to the big wide world that model railways is a fantastic hobby.
It really is, it really is. So there's some new announcements going round. What's your favourite so far? Have you heard of any?
Well, I'm not
Keeping
supposed
under
to say.
pressure.
I've got to keep them under wraps, haven't I? But there is a certain East Coast mainline locomotive allegedly being announced tomorrow.
Spoilers? That should be
Spoilers.
For you, especially as an East Coast modeller.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Allegedly, though, it could not be true.
Find out. Come down on the Saturday.
It's going to be true.
Yeah, it should be. I hope so. That would be nice.
Well, it'll all be, once this programme has gone out, it'll all be out in the
Out in
open,
the open?
anyway. Yes, yeah.
Yes, like the Hatton's Plough. We had that
Hatton's
yesterday.
Plough.
Hatton's Plough.
Going back to social media and obviously your programme on Channel 5, would you say that's the best way to reach out to a younger audience?
It's a way.
Yep.
It's an important way, because the normal challenge, you know, that's model railway magazines, clubs, societies. They are there's a lot of difficulty in getting out into the wider world. You know, we can write to schools, we can write to all sorts of other organisations, but they won't necessarily pick up on what we're doing. So this TV programme has really opened the eyes of the wider community, which is good. And so long as we can keep it going and show the world that we aren't a bunch of freaks who do things in lofts, we get out there and we have some really good fun with model railways.
Which is what it's all about. At the
Yeah,
end of the day.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Having fun at the end of the day is exactly what we're all here for.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, so I hope the visiting public will come and visit us on the Railway Modeller stand.
First stall in.
Yes, absolutely. And I'll be there if anybody wants to come and say hello. Okay,
Thank
over
you
to
very much
you.
for your time,
Thank you
Steve.
for your time.
Right, cheers,
Cheers.
then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Friday afternoon, we're with John from Rails of Sheffield. Everyone's heard of Rails of Sheffield.
Hopefully so.
what are we looking forward to this weekend from yourself, I suppose?
Well, as always, it's great to meet up with customers from the past and hopefully some new ones who will be dealing with us in the future. It was our first time at Warley last year, and we've been eager to come back because we had such a good show.
Yep.
And again, it's great to just network with people. Obviously, it's well presented, represented for manufacturers like Hornby and Heljan and Batman's here, so it's...
And you're right in between them all.
Yeah, it's great. They're all around,
you do have the centre spot right at the entrance. It's a good spot, this.
Yeah,
spot.
It's very, very good, yes.
There's 14,000 people over this weekend.
Wow. Brilliant.
All coming here first, I think.
What are we expecting from you? Anything special you can tell us?
Well, of course, we've launched the auto car this week, which is... We've been over the moon with the uptake. We didn't anticipate getting as many advanced orders as we have done, so that's good, and we're obviously looking forward to see what people have to say about it when we're face to face with them over the weekend.
Yep.
But that's quite exciting.
Looks nice. I really like the. Oh, you're going to make me say it. Dynamometer
car. Yeah,
I
can only just say it.
Yeah.
But we should hopefully Daypol have brought us one of the test shots from the Terrier.
Ooh.
So we haven't got a full Terrier, but we've got some bits off it, and they're making good progress with that. We've obviously finally announced the prices on the 812s, the Caledonians, as well this week.
Tuesday, I think that came out, wasn't it?
Yeah, we've been negotiating hard, but we've finally got a price on it. So that's good, and we've had a lot of orders coming in for that as well, because we're thinking, what will people think when it's £200 on the Caledonian one? But it's certainly not put people off, so we're encouraged by that as well.
Do you find as one of the bigger retailers, you find there's definitely a marketplace in manufacturing side of things as a retailer, like working with?
We like to. I mean, obviously our friends at Hatton's, they've took a path of they're doing direct manufacturing, and that's great. We're actually, they're wholesaling some of the stuff now, and we've got some of their products on the stand this week.
Yeah,
it's great. They say, well, we'll send people to you. It's great. So we'll definitely be working with Hatton's. What we've chosen to do is work with manufacturers who are already established. We may even do something with Hatton's one day. But I think it's quite good fun rather than just having one source. If we're working with Daypol, Heljan, and Batman, just at the moment, we're just talking with Rapido about the next projects we're going to be hopefully doing with them. So it keeps it interesting, and all these people.
I was going to say, Rapido should be a lively video at the very least.
Just
on there. That should be great.
Yeah, Jason's got his bus here.
So it's amazing. That
we keep trying to get on it.
Yeah, I've had an invite to the top deck. So it's great. So it's a great place to come to, because it's one of the times where you do see a lot of manufacturers here, and you get a chance to talk to them. But no, really exciting days for Rails, and we've got a lot in the pipeline as well. But what we're doing is holding back on it. We don't want to announce it until it's at a more advanced stage. But we've got some belters in the pipeline.
What are you not going to announce? Oh, nearly fell for it. Right. A few out.
John, thank you.
Pleasure.
Yeah,
we'll let you
guys.
get on.
We'll see you over
Thank
the
you very
weekend.
much, John. Paul Jones, obviously we're late on Friday afternoon.
We are.
How are we doing?
Well, I'm going home shortly.
You're going home shortly?
I've been here since 6, and all is going well. I shall leave some of my fellow members to do the night shift.
To hold the fort.
Till 9 o'clock, yeah, absolutely. Most of the exhibitors are now in, most of the layouts, most of the traders, usual few little hiccups, but other than that, it's gone well. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all set for tomorrow?
I think so, yeah. I have to do a sign-off in the morning for the NEC to make sure all is compliant with the regulations. I'll get that done, and then hopefully 9:15 advanced ticket holders will be in.
Sounds.
And if you're coming in the queue, get there early.
Get there very early.
Yeah.
We have been saying to people, like the shop and drop feature bags.
Yeah.
Quite a few people looking forward to that.
Yeah, good.
Really
excellent. I just hope we get that set up in time then.
Yes.
So at the moment it's full of electricians, but there we go.
Oops.
Yeah, quite.
Well, we can put them to use. They can hold the bags.
That's true.
That is
an
idea.
That's true. That is true.
Looking forward to tomorrow then.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the schedule of events that people should be looking out for?
Well, obviously to be here either at 9:15 or 9:45 to get in, depending whether you've got an advanced ticket or not. Just get in as soon as you can and enjoy the show. See what's around. Plenty of good layouts. Just one interesting little snippet for you. We have a layout here from Holland. We've got several layouts here from Holland. One of them, they picked up the wrong box of stock.
Oh.
So they've actually got standard gauge stock and they need narrow gauge stock.
Oh.
So one of their members is catching a flight tomorrow to bring the right stock in.
Wow.
So there you go.
As hiccups go.
That's pretty major, isn't it? But the great thing is, we're right next to an airport. So if you're in Glasgow or Edinburgh, get a Flybe flight, be down here for 10 o'clock in the morning, and you can come into the show.
Paul, thank you.
Pleasure.
See you
Pleasure. Thank you very much. Cheers.
So thanks to Paul for that chat. It's coming to the end of Friday night now.
It is, although it's still a hive of activity.
Yeah, a lot. Tewkesbury, you can see behind us, being hoovered clean, ready for cameras to come in tomorrow. So, what have you enjoyed today?
I was amazed at the amount of people that have actually come in and set their stalls up and their layouts up. And obviously, it's still going. I mean, what time are we now? Sort of 6 o'clock-ish?
Yeah, getting on.
And I mean, there's still some trader stalls which are still being built. They're working through the night.
Yeah.
It's when the power tools are still out. That's when you know it's bad.
You can hear soaring in the background. It's a vendor that we won't mention names. Accurate scale.
I enjoyed talking to Steve Flint, of course.
Yes,
he's very nice, very accommodating.
Excellent guy.
Very kind of him.
Yeah, I'm glad we had the time with him. To be honest, it was nice and informative. The BRM guys.
The BRM takeover.
Yeah. We, as you'll have seen, we had the interview flipped on us, which was an experience, wasn't it? Love the guys there though. They are doing an offer at the moment, so it's 5 issues of £5, I think it is.
Yeah.
So get over there and check that out. It's certainly worth a good read. So I did.
Especially while it's on offer.
Yeah.
There's lots of good offers, especially with the magazines. What's the other one?
Hornby magazine.
Hornby magazine. You get yourself 50 quid's worth of wagons if you subscribe.
So is it three? I think it's 3 Timbers, 3 EWS Era 9, so that'd be mine, or a brake tender. Is it?
Brake tender.
Brake tender. If you take out any of the subscriptions that are on offer. Which I think the cheapest one's at £22.49, and that's for Model Rail. I think it is. Or is it Railways Unlimited? Might be the Railways Unlimited.
Might be.
£22.49 though, and you can get £50 worth of free stuff. So it's a bargain, really, if you're after that sort of thing. Tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, the big day.
Doors open.
Oh, blimey. There's going to be a lot of people. I think we're expecting 14,000 of you to come and visit over the weekend.
It's a huge number.
It sounds like a lot, but then this is a massive hall, so...
Yeah, it's a massive hall. Behind the camera, there's just tables and tables and tables of people.
Yeah.
Ready for people, should I say.
Yes.
Not just tables of people. That'd be weird if there was tables of people, wouldn't it?
Just watching.
Yeah, everyone stood watching us. No. But anyway, tomorrow's the big day. We're going to go because, well, we need to get some sleep.
I need some coffee.
Long days these have been.
Long days.
And we will see you at Doors Open.
Tomorrow. Bye.